good? This your big homie Kev from Luxury Loops. Have you ever sat down to make a beat and once you made, you got an idea out and you sat down, the first thing you said is something is missing. So what do, right? What do we all do? We go in there and we add more strings, we add more guitars, we add just another synth, or we add, more drums, or we just keep adding and keep adding and keep adding to where it sounds like a masterpiece to us as producers. But to artists, they really don't catch it. Or they like the beat, but they don't feel or they don't know where they can rap or they can sing. Well, I'm going to show you exactly why. First of all, that happens because we're in the studio by ourselves. I've worked with songwriters, but, even when I made this beat, right, I came up with a quick beat and I felt like something was missing, but it's because I'm in the studio by myself. So what's missing is words, harmonies, different vocal ideas, an artist. That's what's missing. So as producers, we got to make sure that if we want to sell more beats, if we want to get major placements, if we really want to be taken seriously and do anything significant with our music, instead of just making beats none of us want to just make beats just to make beats. If we really want to do something significant with our music, we have to know that we got to learn how to create a groove. And a groove consists of 2 to 3 instruments and some drums, bass, 808, or whatever it is. But a groove, if you pay attention to hit songs, if you pay attention to what's going on, you only hear like 2 to 3 instruments. You don't hear 45 different instruments like we like to throw in our music. So this beat actually that I just created, I created a groove. Now what started the whole groove was the drums. So let me play the drums first. Now the drums came from this secret pack that we just released. But the drums, it had listen to this kick. Like this kick is big, you know what I'm saying? I love big kicks. And then listen to the snare. It kind of got something else with it. It's like ringing. So I was able to come up with this drum pattern. So I kept the drum pattern simple, but it was because of the drums. The drums gave me everything that I needed as far as sound, as far as frequency. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to make like a bass, not a bass heavy track, but a track that was kind of, like the bass line was everything in this track. You know what I'm saying? So I added this bass line to these drums, and this is what it sounded like. Now, then I started to go and fill in my, I have my foundation, which is my kick and my snare. Now I want to fill in my rhythm. So I found, a few hi-hat, a hi-hat loop, and I put it in. And this is what it sounded like. So another thing that I added in here, which actually complements the track, is this new secret pack that I created comes with some percussion loops. And what I did was I put the percussion loop in there because I wanted it to just make my drums sound different. After that, I literally just added a few more instruments that I wanted to complement what I was doing. I didn't want to, I added this instrument. And then I added another instrument, which was basically a guitar, but I'm going to have a live guitar player not play over it, but I'm going to have him replay this. But this is the guitar idea. Now, that's a secret, right? If you have any guitar ideas and you know a live guitar player, you can always play it, you know what I'm saying, the way you hear it, and then just have them replay it, and then it'll give it that live feel. And that's exactly what I intend on doing. But I added this. added everything else, right? The last thing that I added was an 808. But I added the 808 in a place that was, you know, kind of weird, that it complemented the drums and it didn't make the bass muddy. Right? Just subtle. And it works together. So when I came up with, and remember, it's about the groove. It's not about adding 30,000 instruments on top of each other to try to just overdo it. You don't got to do that as a producer. That's not what we have to do. We have to make sure that we set the table so when we deliver it to the artist, they have the room to do what they need to do, right? If they have no room, that's the reason why they're not going to buy no beat. That's the reason why a major artist might not pick your song. And also, I mean, of course, you know, if your drums ain't banging, if your melodies ain't right, then they're not going to pick it anyway. But if all that is taken care of, you know, and you're able to create this groove, then you can, you know, start to really make significant things happen with your music. Pretty simple in this beat, right? And now the table is set. Now, again, the groove started from the drums. Now, as you know, I mean, if the groove started from the drums and actually the percussion loop. Everything started. So if you want to get your hands on these drums as well as, you know, other drum loops and, you know, like listen to some of the drum loops that's in here. I mean, we got percussion loops in here. Woo! Let me see. And see, these you can always add to your drums to be able to give them like that extra boost, that extra, you know, rhythm around them that makes it sound like producers will be like, how the hell you make that do that? I mean, of course, you know, they got the kicks and they got the snares. You know, of course, they got the kicks, the snares. And then, you know, most importantly, you got the loops. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, all of the loops got folders. You get the full track. You get the full track with drums. Then you get every individual broken instrument down so you can see exactly what's in the pack. So, look, this is a new secret pack. What happened was I got the new Reason 9.5. And it was all of these sounds and all of these different new things that I could do. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and create something dope real quick for producers. We didn't even wait on the artwork. We wouldn't even got a name for the pack. You know what I'm saying? So click the link below. I mean, it's only for a select few producers because we got to shut it down soon because we do want to make an official presentation. Of course, we want to have a name. Of course, we want to do all of those things. But if you want to get your hands on this right now before any other producer, click below. Get your hands on it. It's your big homie Kev. Keep watching these videos, subscribing, share these videos. We back, baby. Peace.